is a show that focuses on the person behind the brony. I'm your host, OsakaJack. Please sit back and relax as we talk to this week's guest brony. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Into the Spotlight. This is your host, OsakaJack. And with me today, I have someone you may recognize from her YouTube channel, Miss Scarlett Peace. Hello, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Good.
So, for anybody who does not know Scarlett Peace, well, why don't you introduce yourself?
All right. I am a pony musician. I make music, and I also make comedy skits called Main Six Table Talk on my YouTube channel. And yeah, I like making those skits, and I like creating music, and they're pony related because that's what I do, and that's what I enjoy.
Yeah.
And that is all that I need to say.
Very
Boom.
succinct. Very succinct.
Yes.
Done. All right. Well, how did you get started making pony music? Did you have you made music for other fandoms you may have been in before?
I didn't really make music for other fandoms. I was a part of other fandoms, but
Okay.
not like I was just kind of like a viewer of stuff with other fandoms. I didn't really create anything.
Right.
I started making pony-related music probably around a year ago, I think. Because I think it was in October.
Okay.
That, like, October of last year that I started. Yeah, but I just got into the show, and I started I made a few songs and put them up on YouTube, and people liked them and said I should submit them to Equestria Daily. And at the time, I didn't know what Equestria Daily was, and I looked on there, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much more that I didn't even know existed. And yeah, I kind of just started posting more music, and people started listening, and yeah, it was a while ago, but I'm still doing it, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if anybody has not heard her music, do go check it out. YouTube channel is going. So, for somebody who has never heard your music, what do you think would be a good introduction into the Scarlett Peace mood?
Like the first couple songs I should listen to?
Yeah. What song is your prime example of this is my awesomeness?
I'm not sure, because there's a couple different areas that I like to explore music-wise. I think What We Have Is Magic is a good one to start with.
Yes.
Maybe Moonlit Garden, you know. I think, yeah, those two. Maybe Journey, the Cutie Mark Crusader ones.
Oh, yes, that's
one
right.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those would be a couple good ones to start out with, see what I do.
Yeah, it's a distinct sound, but I'm hesitant to classify it into a specific genre.
People have told me it sounds like indie pop or dream pop. I'm not really sure, but I got several people telling me that's what it was, so.
Okay. All right. We'll just call it Peace Pop.
Peace pop. I like that. Nice.
Yay! Copyright OsakaJack. Well, what instruments do you play?
I play guitar.
Okay.
I started playing when I was like 8 or something, and I'm still not very good at it. I can play chords. Yeah. I know a little bit of the piano, but I'm not very good at it. I just know how to. I know a couple chords on the piano, but I sometimes work that into some of my songs. But yeah, basically it's just guitar.
Okay, but I know I've listened to your music, and it's not just guitar. What do you use to create the songs that we listen to?
I use a program called Mixcraft.
Okay.
It has like a board on there. You can create virtual, like synthetic music on it. Like FL Studio, that's a big popular one. It's a lot like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mixcraft? Wow. Okay.
Mixcraft. Yeah. It's not a very famous one. I don't think a lot of people use it, but.
Hey, if it works for you, that's the only thing that's important. I just think it's funny that it approaches some of the fan titles that I've seen on My Little Pony. Mixcraft is magic. Mixcraft is magic.
Oh. Nice.
Good work. Well, and also somewhat more recently, you started making some videos for the songs too. I know one of the videos, 1,000 Butterflies.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do that very often. I created that song, and when I kept listening to it, I sort of kept like seeing like a video in my head,
Hmm.
and I wasn't doing anything one day, and I thought, you know what, I should just film it and then make a music video for it. But that's like the only one I've ever done. I may do more in the future, but
Right, right.
yeah, it's not something I do a lot though.
I think it looked very good. It was I
Well, thank
wouldn't
you.
call it avant-garde, but I did enjoy it. I think it matched the music very well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Did
It
you?
took a long time to film that because I had to speed up the song
Right.
and then listen to that as we were filming, and then I slowed down the video so it would match the actual song. So
Oh,
I'd be in
yeah.
slow motion but lip syncing at the same time.
Right, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have seen, oh, and perhaps somebody out there can correct me. I cannot remember who it was, but it was a video where they had taken their song and played it at different speeds. Like it would be really, really fast, and then all of a sudden really, really slow, and then really, really fast. And they learned how to lip sync their whole song. So the whole music video is played, the music is played at normal speed. So this, but the camera has to match the person's lip sync. So suddenly they're moving in slow motion, and then really quick fast motion, and then slow motion. It went like
That
back
must have
and
been so hard to do.
I'm
It
sure it
would take
was really
forever.
hard to do, but it looked amazing. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not that complicated.
well, now I've mentioned I've heard some people say after they make some music, if they change the tempo on it, like you did when you were filming Thousand Butterflies, it's almost difficult to go back to the original tempo. It sounds wrong to them. Like they start preferring the original tempo. Is there any chance we would hear a speeded up Thousand Butterflies release?
uh, if people want to hear that, actually, the reason I didn't get too, like happy. Well, the thing is, the speeded up version
Hmm.
of Thousand Butterflies sounds so bad.
Oh,
It's like
okay, okay,
it's like I'm not much like you. No, I'm not. Blah, 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 and it's just like really bad sounding. Um,
okay,
so yeah, I don't think people would even enjoy that version.
okay.
But I could make it available for those who actually want to hear it. But
Well, if it doesn't sound good, no. And actually, yeah, I guess the topic wouldn't work so well for a really quick, peppy beat. But oh,
yeah, because Fluttershy, more
yeah,
slow paced.
yeah.
Yeah.
For anyone who hasn't guessed, "A Thousand Butterflies" is a Fluttershy-based song, which
Yeah.
I would hope everybody listening in would get that by now. But you never know.
Actually, I think I mentioned that there's another version of the song that someone did a remix of. Aftermath Music, I think his name is. He did and it's way better than the original.
Ah,
I prefer it to the original. It is so good.
really?
Yeah, it is like awesome. But sometimes I just don't listen to my original song. I just listen to that instead. It's
Huh.
very good.
I have your songs been redubbed or reworked often? I know of one or two others that I think you've linked to.
Yeah, there's a couple that have been covered or remixed.
Hmm.
I can't think of any right now, but I usually put links to the different versions of them on the
Right.
actual songs themselves. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Huh. Have there been any remixes or reversions that you just hated? You were just, this is awful. I can't. No, don't do this to my music.
There are some that I didn't like, love, but I don't think I hated them.
Okay. Okay.
But I was super flattered that they would take the time to remix one of my songs. I think
Right.
that was
Right.
very cool. Yeah.
I could just. I don't know. I could just envision somebody taking the uh oh gosh, I'm apologizing. I can't remember the name of it. The Big Mac song to Fluttershy. Oh, I can't remember.
I don't know you at all.
Yes, yes. I could just imagine a terrible version of somebody putting that to a thumping house music with
Oh
like
yeah,
grinding in the background.
like techno.
Yeah. Well, techno might work, but just kind of a get that booty on the dance floor and boom, boom. Oh, you at all.
Well, that hasn't happened yet, but maybe it should. That'd be
Oh,
awesome. I'd love
yeah.
to hear that.
As a parody, that would be good, but as an actual song, I'm sure it would make you cringe.
I probably think it was hilarious.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
love it.
Well, one of the songs that you mentioned, Moonlit Garden, there's actually more of a fan involvement with that song than some of your others. This one was in a charity album, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in Seeds of Kindness. I was very honored to, because I was asked to be involved with that. And I wanted to make that song like extra special,
Right.
you know. So I wanted to add some sort of like mystical feeling to it, and so like I had this idea of like an enchanted garden because they said they had a certain like theme to the album, you know, like Seeds of Kindness. So I thought a garden would be appropriate, and they also said that like for it to be pony related was optional.
Oh,
So
okay.
I like just decided to make just a regular song.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like it. It's one of my favorites that I've done.
For anyone who doesn't know, Seeds of Kindness, well, can you tell them what was Seeds of Kindness?
Seeds of Kindness was a charity album that helped. Please correct me if I'm getting any of my information wrong, but it was a charity album that helped build a hospital in Uganda, I think.
Yep, I think that's
Is that
correct.
it?
Yep.
Yeah. And they did another album just recently.
Mm-hmm.
Faithful and Strong, was that what it was called? I think.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, I was actually asked to be a part of that one too, but I didn't make the deadline. I was really busy.
Yeah, yeah.
But still, people should, buy
Yep,
that one.
guys, check it out, Seeds of Kindness and the follow-up album. The proceeds went to build hospital, and I believe, I apologize if I get this wrong, but I believe it also there was enough of a fund to build a school.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Which is an amazing thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Made me feel really good and philanthropic to be a part of that.
Absolutely, yes. Well, something that you've touched on, I mean, your music is obviously largely pony-based, but not totally.
Mm-hmm.
But you have been working on themes for each of the main 6.
Yeah.
And I think 5 of them have been finished, right?
Yes, I have all except Twilight.
Okay.
Finished and done. Okay. But I'm planning on making like a shorter album thing of all of them put together as soon as I release Twilight. But yeah, all of them are really different and more like focused on that particular character. They're either from the point of view of that character or just about that character.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Which of those was the most difficult for you to create?
Probably Pinkie Pie's because I didn't really have any idea what I was going to do with that. I kind of wanted it to be upbeat.
Right.
And it actually turned more of a sad song than a happy one. It's kind of on the more sad side.
Right.
But yeah, it was kind of, and then I decided I was going for too complicated, and Pinkie Pie's really simple, a very simple person.
Right.
So I just had like a drum beat and piano, and that was it, basically, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that one took a while for me to get the idea of what I was going to do. But once I got that, it came out really easily, so.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you have a plan for the Twilight one, or just waiting for inspiration to grab you?
I was working on it today, actually. Okay. It's hard because I've already written a couple Twilight songs, and it's hard for me to find I want to find a new area.
Right.
That I haven't really touched on yet, which is hard. So the lyrics aren't coming very fast, but I'm working on the music. So
that's good.
Yeah.
How long does it usually take you from zero to completion of a song?
Well, I usually think of like a topic.
Right.
It's either I think of a topic or I create like an instrumental something.
Okay.
Yeah. But I usually come up with a topic first and then create music that kind of fits the mood of what I'm going for.
Yeah.
And once I create the whole the whole instrumental, like everything, create all the music, I then go through and start finding a melody to it, and then and then that's when I write the lyrics and go through and put it to the melody. It takes from sometimes when a really difficult song takes like a week.
Okay.
But when I'm really just on it, and I could take like a day
Wow.
to get it all done. Well, the recording process takes a while. It might take a couple days. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
The creating of the song takes like a day, and then the recording and editing and everything probably takes another day. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So top speed, we got the 60-hour turnaround type thing.
Yeah.
Wow. That is rather impressive.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And if anybody does not know, you do have a Bandcamp site.
Yep.
And there's 2 albums up there so far.
Yeah, I'm working on the 3rd album, and then I'm gonna create the Elements album, and yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Equestrian Harmony is the first one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, okay. And Poison Joke is the other one.
Yep.
Which, honestly, every time I see Poison Joke, and I realize the irony of that working on Everfree Network, but every time I see Poison Joke, part of me starts to wonder, is this person trolling me? Does this not really exist and they're just joking with me right now?
What?
No. Every time it's come out to fruition and it's just fine. But just a part of me is like, are they just joking? Is this like nothing at all? And I'm just getting trolled here?
Wow. Yeah, no, the album is not trolling you, just so you know. No, it's a regular album.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I've gotten both of your albums.
Yeah, I know that. Thank you very, very, very much.
Oh, you're very welcome. I do want to talk about, and one of the songs that you've mentioned, I like it, Giant Hat.
Yes. Giant Hat, yeah.
Now, this one, I guess it's pony related, but it's not really a MLP song.
No.
It's a Witchcraft is Magic song.
Yeah, it's a witchcraft song. I was like watching all of them one time, and I loved them. I was like having a marathon of all of them. I love that show. It is awesome.
Let's work, yes.
And I remember thinking, like, the whole universe they have there, the whole world is so weird. And I was thinking, like, what would a love song sound like from that, like, in that world? Like, all the weird random stuff they would say in a love song. So I tried to make, like, a cheesy old love song type of song, except, lyrics that are just weird and, like, all references to the show.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I like it.
It's a fun one. I mean, if you don't know witchcraft, friendship is witchcraft, then it might be very confusing.
Yeah, it's still sort of entertaining. All the weird,
absolutely,
stuff. Like even if you don't get any of the references, the lyrics are just so weird that they'd be rather entertaining. But yeah, it's more fun if you are a fan of Friendship is Witchcraft.
Well, have you ever had a song that you've worked your butt off in getting it, and it's so close to completion, and you just can't do it? And you're just like, I've got a block, and I hate this song now, and throw the whole thing out? Has that ever happened?
It was pretty close to happening with, I made a song called Dear Celestia, Help Me.
Okay.
And that one I did a lot. I loved the music for it, and I don't know, but I just wasn't, I liked the finished product.
Okay.
But it wasn't, like, to the point where I wanted to make its own YouTube video and try to submit it to Equestria Daily or anything like that. Right. So I just made it an extra track on my Poison Joke album so people could still enjoy it. Okay. But, yeah, for a while there, it was just kind of sitting in my computer. I didn't do anything with it for a really, really long time.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, there's been a couple songs that I worked on that never actually ended up anywhere. But they're none of my favorites or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So most of the things that you start, you are able to put to fruition.
Yeah, I toy around with different melodies and different song ideas, but if I work really, really hard on something, I usually want it to end up somewhere.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, that's I think most artists have that.
Yeah.
It's I think Weird Al Yankovic said specifically, he said, I don't mind working my butt off as long as it gets completed.
Yeah. And then it's worth it,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, something else that people can find on your YouTube channel, not necessarily music videos, but there are videos. There's a series that we briefly mentioned, the Main Six Table Talk.
Yeah.
Mm. If you guys
I
haven't checked these out, seriously, just take take a good hour, because it'll take that long, and go check them out. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. They're
it'll take an hour.
hilarious. Well, no, I guess it won't. If you rewatch them, it would take an hour.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, it takes. Yeah, those are fun. I like making those. They take forever to make, and they're really stressful while I'm making them because it takes like 4 or 5 hours to film it, and then several hours of editing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the finished product I like. So
yeah, they've come out really good. They're
yeah,
really funny, and I think they're very well paced too. And the writing shows that you understand the characters' motivations, I think.
yeah. That's like the most important thing in comedy, I think, is like why everyone's doing everything.
Sure.
Yeah. And another thing that makes the video funny, I think, is mostly the timing of it.
Yeah.
The editing is, I think, like 95% of the humor. Is like how quick everything goes by and how fast all the lines are.
Yeah. Well, and okay, so anybody who hasn't seen it, this is a really kind of an Eddie Murphy style thing in that it's only you.
Yeah.
And you're playing all 6 of the main 6 and occasional guest.
Yeah, occasional.
And basically it's you changing outfit and hairstyle too, right?
Hairstyle, sort of. I
mean,
flip
not
it
totally,
over to one side or not. Yeah.
But yeah, and it really works. I've heard somebody compare it to the camera panning around the table scenes from That 70s Show.
Ah. So there's not really any pans though. It's sort of
It doesn't pan. It cuts on yours, but it's the same idea that it's the camera in the center of the table, focus on one person who speaks, then focus on the next person, and go back to the third person. But yeah, they're really funny.
If I had a better editing software, I'd probably do where you can see 2 of me at the same time. But I just don't. I have to have a close up on one, then a close up on another.
Right.
Yeah.
Which of the main 6 is the most difficult for you outfit-wise?
Outfit-wise, none of them are that difficult. I think Rarity has the most stuff. I mean, she has a scarf and a jewelry and stuff. I think the hardest for me to do would probably also be Rarity. Actually, Pinkie Pie needs a lot of energy to get worked up and talk loudly and be crazy.
Yeah.
So probably but outfit wise, they're pretty easy. I just put on another shirt and that's about it,
Yeah. Well, and oh gosh, all right. I'm sorry if you haven't seen them yet, but I would imagine that it was more difficult to do Derpy for a long time.
Yeah. She. Well, it wasn't too difficult. I just it took 5 seconds to film. I just perched up on the corner of the table, and then did a couple takes, and then we were done. But yeah, that was fun to do Derpy. Need to bring more characters in there, like Derpy.
Well, we've seen Derpy and Lyra, and we've heard Apple Bloom and Zecora.
Yeah.
Are there any plans to bring Apple Bloom into a future one, just like you on your knees walking around, a little short person style, or?
We talked about that.
Okay.
I think we're gonna just have her over the phone some more.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
it's presumptuous of me. There have been 4 episodes so far. Are there plans to finish out the 6?
Yes.
Okay.
They are going to be far apart though because it's difficult to film because a lot of my people that help me are not available anymore. So it's a lot more work to do.
Right.
But they're going to be farther apart. But yeah, I'm planning on finishing the series. I'm going to do one focused on each one.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But I do want to keep more because there's more subjects I want to bring up, like who wins the election, with Rainbow Dash.
Oh, yes.
And I want to go back to the topic of Apple Bloom and what her deal is with the voodoo stuff and how she's doing with that. So
Right.
yeah.
And did Pinky really disable the cameras? Or
we will never know.
Mm-hmm.
Dun dun dun.
But Fluttershy knows.
Fluttershy knows. Fluttershy knows everything.
And yeah, again, please do go watch these. But I don't know if I would call these canon within the show.
No,
But,
not at all. Not in the slightest.
No. But if we changed the characters to our world, to the human worlds, yeah, that's probably not very far off from how it would be.
Yeah, maybe. You know, who knows? They all could like lose it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all their characters. I think it's with their personalities, but like a darker, more. I'm not really dark, but a more disturbing side of their personalities. I think.
Well, I think it's more disturbing than the show is, but again, our world is a bit more disturbing than Equestria.
This is true. So it would just be completely accurate then, if they were all humans.
I think it's still a very positive, happy little place that these characters are in, just a bit more realistic in our world. And
yeah, most probably.
I don't know if you want to spoil it, but we've had Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, Applejack episodes. We've got 2 more. Have you planned out who's going to be starring or featured in the next 2, or still up in the air?
Yeah. The next one is going to be focused on Rarity, and then the one after that, Twilight.
Oh.
So yeah, we're going to learn more about them.
Twilight last in a lot of your series, don't you?
I know. I don't know why. I think it's because I can't think of very good ideas for her until the last minute. The others are really easy to do, I think. Like, you know, like, because their personalities are just so, like, out there. It's easy to find something to work with. Twilight's a bit more on the serious side, though.
Well, and honestly, if we bring it over to our world, each of the others' aspects or job it works in our world, but Twilight's magic doesn't really work as well if she's not a unicorn.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. We haven't really talked about, like, well, the thing is, we refer to them as if they were ponies. Like, I think we like hooves and things like that.
Yeah.
So I guess we could talk about magic because we've discussed where we are, you know, is that it's like it is the ponies. We're just seeing them as humans.
Yeah.
You know, so we can talk about like pony stuff. So I guess we could talk about magic and things, but it just wouldn't really work if they were actually.
Yeah, and I'm sure the after editing effects for getting the Twilight horn glow as you levitate something would be just a tremendous amount of work that you're probably not willing to do.
Yeah, there may not be too much levitation going on in the show, but you know, we'll try our best.
I do have to ask though, how much of Applejack's cooking show was actually filmed? Was it the entire recipe from start to finish?
No. Okay. We planned out exactly what we were going to shoot, and we shot it. There was a lot of bloopers, though. I think I'll eventually show, because there was a lot of stuff going on in the cooking show. But yeah. But no, we just kind of planned out.
I did love the cooking show, but honestly, looking at your face while you're doing the cooking show, I'm like, oh, this is like 4th take. This had to have been 4th take for her to get that line out. This is almost cracking her up now, but she's holding it.
I can finally do it. Yeah, it took a lot of takes. That was a big, long line, and there wasn't any cuts, so it was just like I had to get it all right and everything. Yeah, that probably was like my 5th take that I did that actually ended up in it.
Well, of the whole series, which section has taken the longest to do? Just because you're cracking up so much or can't get the word out or for whatever reason?
Probably the first one, because we didn't really know exactly what we were doing. Because now we kind of have a system. We know what to do and how fast things are going to take. But the first time we were still kind of messing with it, and that probably took the longest. Probably took around 6 hours to film that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because also my director, my sister, is a bit of a perfectionist, so I have to say the line perfectly. So we have like 30 takes of just like the same line. I remember one time it was the one with Zakora over the phone. There's just one part where Applejack looks over and says, "Apple Bloom?" when she looks at the phone, and she made me say that like 30 times. I had like over like 30 takes of me saying, apple bloom? Apple bloom? Apple bloom? And I was like, really? Why can't, like, none of these work?
That honestly would be just good, just splice them all together one after another, and that's a background for your new song. Apple bloom?
Apple bloom? Apple bloom? Apple bloom? It'll work. We'll call it apple bloom.
Yeah, there we go. Now, I would assume that when filming these, you film all of one character's lines and then change outfits, as opposed to changing each one as you go.
Yeah, because that would take forever if we did that.
Yes,
like, did one line and then change the next character. That would take way longer than necessary. Yeah, we write up the script, and we divide up all the characters and their lines, and we just go through one character, change, go through the next character. Yeah.
Well, and of course, not very specific, but general idea of when the next 2 episodes would come out, like January or springtime.
I think it'll be out before spring, maybe around January. Definitely be after Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah, but probably maybe around January, early January, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watch out for snowy days, because you don't want to have your continuity shattered. Half of Twilight's lines are with snow in the background, and the other half, it's sunny now.
We've done episodes where the first half was filmed when it was light, and then the last half was filmed when it was dark, just because it got dark too fast. But yeah.
And if that does happen with the snow, just put in one extra line. Oh, they wrapped up winter really quickly this year.
Hey, they did a really good job this year.
That actually would be funny to hear, but all right.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking about doing an episode that isn't around the table. It would take longer, but to do like them walking around and going places, maybe like a special. Maybe I could do like a Christmas special. Dang, that's a good idea.
There we are.
I should do that. Yeah. I'm also starting to think about, because I want to start doing shorts, like maybe like 30-second episodes. Yeah. They're not like technically table talk episodes, but like just like 30-second skits with a couple of the characters.
Well, I think at this point that you've developed the series enough that just calling it table talk is going to refer to the series and not necessarily just them talking around a table.
Yeah.
So yeah, go for it.
We could definitely do that.
Absolutely. 30-second shorts of more Zakura flubbed up rhymes. I have to go. Rhymes with go.
Rhymes with go.
Well, I know that earlier this year, you went to your first pony convention.
Yeah.
Pon 3Con, right?
Yep, in Omaha, Nebraska.
I don't know how to pronounce that. Pon 3?
Pon 3Con is how I say it. I've heard other people say it differently, like PonyCon and stuff.
Oh.
But yeah.
Oh, okay, it could be an E. All right, yeah.
Yeah, Pon 3Con.
Okay, well, and you had a panel at that one? Was that right?
Yeah, I had a panel, and I met lots of really cool people, and I was on the guest panel, which that was actually really surprising. I didn't think I was important enough to be on the guest panel. But yeah, I met lots of really cool people, hugged a lot of people, got a free banana, accidentally hit someone in the face. It was a great time. Great old time.
Who hit somebody in the face? How did that happen?
I hugged them, and then I was hugging somebody else, and then my hand just got extended too much, and I kind of whacked them in the face.
Oh, do you happen to remember their name? We'll give a shout out to
I think it's Pinksy. I think that's her name.
Pinksy. Okay, so if you're listening in, Pinksy, she apologizes for the smack.
I hope I got her name right. I'd be really mad about it. Yeah. But yeah, it was a great time. I met lots of really cool people, and I was so tired, though, because the whole day I was running off of 2 hours of sleep.
Oh, wow.
And so by the end of it, I just, I was like a zombie. I was walking around, like, not knowing what was going on. Everything was so blurry, because a friend of mine recorded a lot of it, and I was watching back the recording, and I was like, I said that? I don't remember saying that.
Yeah.
I was just so tired. It was, like, so blurry and, like, a weird, it was interesting.
Well, are we going to get the chance to see those recordings? I haven't seen.
I guess I could. She posted a video. I think I could get some of the footage from her and like post that on my channel. I could ask her to do that.
To see that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Fun.
Or if somebody else, was there and recorded it, put it up, man. Let's watch.
Yeah.
Let's watch her panel.
So long.
Well, and to be honest, Pwn3Con happened the same weekend as Candlelight Gardens.
Yeah.
So a lot of people probably were unaware of it. But
Yeah, it was a small convention anyway. It was like 300, 400 people, I think.
that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Well, yeah, it's not like BronyCon, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good sized
Sure.
convention.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then a lot of people probably went who had enough money to probably went to Candlelight Gardens instead.
Well,
But yeah, yeah, I had fun going to that. That was a good old time.
that's great.
Good old time.
Do you have any plans to attend cons in the future?
Well, yeah, I mean, I need to get more money, because
A
that's,
common lament, yes.
yes, I need to, because that costs money, and I need to get more money to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to go more in the future. Maybe I'll get to go to, like a really, really big one to meet, lots of, maybe like one where actual celebrities come. That'd be really cool. It's like one of my dreams to meet Ashley Ball someday, so
That would be nice.
crossing my fingers.
Yeah, yeah. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Any specific con plans, or just still if I can?
If I can. I have nothing right now. Everything's up in the air. Like someday maybe I'll be able to go
Right.
again. But yeah, nothing's official yet.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I asked this question in all of my interviews, and
Okay.
I'd just like to hear your response on it. Is there a specific scene, or specific line in My Little Pony that defines your bronyism, that defines you as a brony?
Dang. That one requires a lot of thought, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh man, you put me on the spot now.
Uh,
Oh, okay, let me think. What's a good one? Um, maybe
hmm.
you'd have to stretch this a bit to apply it to
Hey, no.
bronyism.
This is your mind. So if you say it's the part where pumpkin cake pounds on something, okay, well that works. Whatever. It's you. For
But
you.
like, eternal chaos comes with chocolate rain. Chocolate rain! So it's like, it comes with chocolate rain. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, okay.
We'll work with that. That one works.
Sure.
I mean, I had 5 seconds to think of some, so.
Sure. Yeah, I think that flows.
Yeah, it works. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, chocolate rain.
Chocolate rain.
Any? Are we going to hear that cover soon, or just
Chocolate rain for blah 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 blah. I don't remember the words. Yeah.
Well, are there any projects coming up that you really want to plug, or something for people to look forward to?
Well, I'm gonna be continuing making music. I'm gonna finish my Elements album, get all that out there, put it on my Bandcamp. So that's gonna be available sometime soon. I don't think so. Anything at the moment. Yeah, but I'm gonna be keeping making music and making skits. So be aware of all that going on. But besides that, I think I'm pretty good.
Is there any chance that those two will coincide, possibly near the end of the main 6 of this table talk?
Like a big musical number?
Yeah, a sextet musical number, all 6 singing at the same time.
I've actually thought about that, like as a big finale. Maybe on the last episode have a big old musical number, and I may do it. Who knows? We'll have to be surprised.
Yay.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Well, thank you very much for coming by and talking to us. Everybody, this is Scarlett Peace. You have to go to her Bandcamp page and get her albums. She's been very kind. Her music is still free for you to get anywhere. But if you have a few dollars that you want to throw towards these great albums, it'd be really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I have to say, my personal favorite of yours is The Fall.
The Fall, yeah.
I just love The Fall.
Good one.
Yep.
It's an old one, but
it is. Yeah. It is, but yeah. Now that one? It seems like you put that music out almost right after the episode.
Yes, I did. Like as soon saw that episode. I think I almost cried watching that episode when like they were falling. It was so cute and adorable.
Oh,
And it was
yeah.
actually, I thought this is kind of like sort of deep for a cartoon.
Yeah.
You know, like this is so cool. And I was like, I have to write a song about it. So yeah, as soon as that episode came out, I was like, I'm gonna write a song.
But
Yeah.
anyway, thank you very much for coming by and chatting with us.
Well, thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
It was a
Everybody,
lot of fun.
this has been Scarlett Peace, and be sure to check out her YouTube channel. And she's on Twitter and I think Tumblr.
Yep.
Okay, and Tumblr too. And Bandcamp, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, this has been Into the Spotlight with OsakaJack. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you next time.